Welcome, crafty friends. Annie Collins here for Pajama Crafter Stamps. Today we're going to create this pirate theme card. Let me go over the products that I use to create this card. I'm going to show you two extra cards that I created off screen. I did this for the release, but I just wanted to share with you. We're going to be using the Pirate Pals stamp set. This stamp set has two nice images and 9 sentiments. It has this little guy here holding his sword with his treasure and his little boat. Then down here you have him again. He has his little sailboat, his treasure, and he's holding a bottle with a map in a bottle. It says you're worth more than buried treasure, pirate's treasure, and birthday wishes, sending you a boatload of smiles. You you are amazing. The R like a pirate. You have stolen my heart, matey. Hope your day is ship shape. Cute as a button, tough as a pirate. So cute. Ship happens, which is so funny. X marks the spot. So 9 great sentiments to use with these, and of course, the adorable images. So I'm going to show you first this first card I created. I used the Let's Play Ball paper and the Dang, Whoa, Yikes, and Shadow die to create the Ahoy. I just cut it apart and mixed it together to create the Ahoy. I cut it from white cardstock and inked it. So the Matey was from the You've Stolen My Heart Matey, and I just cut it. The You Are Amazing. I just highlighted the R with some gold pen, and I stamped and colored the images onto marshmallow cardstock. I used some Pebble Beach cardstock for the sand and just created this cute scene. He comes with the little sand on his own, but I just cut it apart to create this scene on the flag. You know, flags and such go great with ships. So I just layered different pieces on here. Some blue cardstock, inked another blue cardstock to create our waves, and the pebble cardstock for the sand. Really nice. Layered it on some navy cardstock to fit it all together. So here I used the second image, which is the little pirate sitting down. That one was standing. This one is sitting. Super cute. He has his sailboat, his treasure, and he's holding a map and a message in a bottle. He also has his little sand bottom, but I just cut him apart and popped him up. I added lots of layers and such. Now this paper is from the Nantucket paper pad, and I ran it through a wood embossing folder so that it gave me lots of nice texture and such. I also cut it using a crinkle cut or decal cut torn paper edge dies. I used for those. My sequins here, or my confetti, are Pajama Crafters. I was trying to find them, but I will link it below for you. It's Pajama Crafters sequins, or I should say they're confetti because there's no hole. So I use a lot of gold pen accents for this one as well, just to keep all that going. So, and it's layered on Pebble Beach cardstock. So for today's card, I'm going to again use our pirate pals. I'm going to use this image of the little boy standing up using his swords. And I have him here. I stamped him on marshmallow cardstock with alcohol-friendly ink, which I used Memento Tuxedo Black. We're going to use him, and we're going to use the sentiment that reads Pirates, Treasure, and Birthday Wishes, because we're going to create a birthday card themed more for a young child. So we're going to use the new Treasure Voyage paper pack. You get 24 double-sided sheets. There are 12 designs. So you have some stripes, some wood planks, some, what are those called? Compass. You know what? Let me pull it out and show it to you. I don't know if you've had a chance at seeing this one. So let's go over it really quickly. Again, you have this red and white stripe. The other side has the wooden planks. Everything is got that nice distressed or aged look. This is the skull and crossbone on black. This here looks like weathered paper. There's again, this one has blue stripe, and then you have the compass on the other side, with blue and white. Here's anchors, and on the other side, let me flip it over, you have the red background with the skull and crossbones. We'll be using that today. This one gives you scallops, like fish scallops or mermaid scallops, you know, with a nice blue uh, in the background. And then this one is red background with net. It's like fish net. Here you have a black background with a skull and crossbones. That one also gives you that weathered paper or canvas look. And then I'm looking for the one we're using today. Did I miss it? Well, right here, it's stuck to the back. This one has that real pale aged canvas or sand looking. And then on the other side, it has the two swords and they're crossed over one another. So we're going to use that one. Well, both sides of this um, pattern paper. One side I'll use for, to decorate, and one to use for my sanding or my little placement. So here are the pieces that I'm going to use. The red with the crossbone, the skull and crossbones, and the red and white striped with the sword paper. I'll set that paper pad to the side, and I'll go over quickly the rest of what we have here. Bear with me 1 second. So here are the rest of the components of our card. I used some dies from my stash to create a side step card. When you stand it, it looks like this. It steps up, as you can see. When you lay it flat, you have this little design still stepping up and down. So here's the sword paper right there, and there's the sandy color on the back. I'm going to put that goes there. And then here's the other piece of the sand color. And I just cut it with a deckled edge so that it creates like little sand drifts. See, that's all it is. And that's going to layer on top of one another right on the front. I will place my sentiment on that sandy edge. Here's the red and white stripe. And there's the skull and crossbones. All nice and neatly go. Everything I used a little bit of distress ink and vintage photo, so that it was all cohesive, so they all have that nice vintagey feel. It went perfect with the paper, which already has that distressed look to it. Now for my stash, I pulled in some dies that were pirate themed. I created the skull and crossbone, and I gave him a little eye patch, very pirate friendly there. And then I have a compass similar to the one that's in the paper pad. I also use distress distress oxide ink on this. And then here's the treasure chest. I did some glitter cardstock for jewels, the gold shimmer cardstock for the gold doubloons. I added a few tiny little jewels for rhinestones, I should say, to give some more shimmer. And I colored the treasure chest using some Olo markers. Now everything got a little sheer shimmer craft spray in gold. Going to do the same thing to my pattern paper. So let's jump right into it. I sped this up a bit, just so you know. I normally don't move this quickly, but this was a long video and I wanted to make it time faster for us. So I'm just going to put some splatter here of this gold uh, shimmer spray just to give a nice shimmer to everything else. I've already done that to the other components so that everything is cohesive. I'm going to set this to the side to dry, and then I will clear my desk. I have to close this before I spill it and clean everything off so I don't end up with craft spray in places we do not want. So I'm going to bring in my little image and I'm going to color these with Olos. I am keeping 2 colors per family, so 2 reds, a darker and a lighter, and then I'll do the same for the rest of my colors. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the darkest first to create all the shadow, and then the lighter red to highlight. I'll do the same with my pants. Well, not my pants, his pants, and the vest. And do the darkest first, leaving a lighter area. And then where that white area is, I'll go over it with the light blue, and it creates a really lovely highlight. For the hat, however, I'm going to bring in 3 shades of gray. I used the same reds for his little bandana. So for the hat, I'm going to bring in, like I said, 3 shades of gray. I'm bringing in CG7, CG5, and CG3, which are cool grays, cool gray 3, 5, and 7. The darkest is the 7. I do that first. Then I blend in the 5, which is my mid-tone. And then finally the 3, which creates the nice highlights. I use the 5 and the 3 for the swords, for the blade part. Now for the hilt, I'm going to use something else. But for the blades, I use the same cool grays. For his hair, I just brought in 2 shades of brown, a darker and a lighter. The darkest I put near the bandana, and then the lighter towards his face. For his face, I brought in 3 shades of skin tones, and then a little bit of red, pale red for his cheeks to give him a little color, being that he is out in the sun. So I put in my darkest to create all the shadows, my mid-tone, and then my light to blend it all out. Super quick and easy coloring. For the hilt, I use my gold glitter pen, gel pen for the hilt and for his buckle. I used the white gel pen to add the highlights to his eyes and to clean up my skull, which I've got some gray in it. Now that our image is all colored, we can start building our card. First thing I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment, and I'm going to place that little part that I'm using as my sand down in my stamping tool. I'm going to use some VersaFine Clair and Nocturne to stamp my sentiment, and I use my frog press to get nice even pressure as we go. I'm going to use some Brealy Art Glue to adhere all the components down for my card. Just layering them on and go is easy. Now I will have all the products I use for all the cards in the description box below. They will have affiliate links. These will cost you anything, but they do give me a little something if you use them, and I do appreciate if you using them. So here I'm adding the last little image here, which is that little skull and crossbones. And now I'm going to bring in my guy. I'm going to put some foam adhesive behind him. I hope that you are joining us here today. Let me know, do you love creating pirate themed anything? Cards, scrapbook layouts, traveler's notebook layouts? Because I live in Florida and we have a lot of big pirate themed things. I mean, all of Tampa Bay is pirate themed, just so you know. So have you created one? And if you have, let me know. And if you haven't, why don't you check out our Pirate Pal stamp set and create one and share it with us in our Facebook group. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and stop by the blog and like and subscribe there so that you can have more inspiration from our design team. Our design team has plenty of beautiful things for you to see here on the YouTube channel, on the blog, and in our Facebook group. All right, back to the card. I am placing a few gold gems throughout the card, bringing in that same cohesive gold throughout. So I'm going to put them, and I want to apologize. I'm slightly off screen here. I didn't realize I was, so sorry. And once that's all on, our card is complete. So when you stand it up, it looks like that. And when you're laying it flat, you can see the full image. So I'm going to go over quickly. Once again, we use the treasured Voyage paper pack, the Pirate Pals stamp set, and these are all the cards I created with them. The same stamp set. See, I'd use that one there. This one I use for the top one I use for those 2 cards. And I created 3 different looks with the same stamp set. I will have all the products I use for all of them listed for you in the description box below with links, of course. Thank you for being here. I hope you found some inspiration. If you have, please let me know. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them for me on in the comments area. If I can't answer them, then Joy will stop in and answer them for you. Thank you for being here. Here's another look at our card. I hope you found some inspiration, and like and subscribe.